Today we're going to be doing Salamander Librarian in Terminator Armor. It's going to be a candied version, so it's going to be very metallic, and we're going to be using the airbrush method for today. So we're going to be adding the highlights before we actually add all that color, and I'm excited. So if you like what we're going to see, make sure you hit the like, all that fun stuff, and let's begin. So what we're going to do is we are going to need to get some shadows after we spray this with a primer or in lead belcher, and then we're going to add a lighter color highlights so that like all the metal and everything that we can show, and then we'll add our blue on our librarian. So for what I have for the shadows is we're going to be using some Iron Warrior. Just gotta make sure you just shake it all up. And we really just kind of want to get the underside of this. So kind of like the armpits, kind of the underside. Kind of in the crotch area, underneath his shoe. And then in his hood. Want to do that. And why not? We can also do the underside of his axe. And that's really it for those shadows. So what we need to do is we just need to clean the pot, the airbrush. And now for the highlights of this metal, we're using an AK metal color. So let me just clean this pot out, just dry it out a little bit. Forgot to turn it on. So we're using extreme metals. It's going to be the chrome. It has a very bright highlight, so it looks like the metal's kind of reflecting off of a very bright day, and we want to have it very bright because when we put the blue over it, it's going to be a little bit too much. It's going to reduce that brightness, so we got to kind of go a little bit over on the crazy. So if you're going to use Citadel, I would use something kind of like Stormhost or something of that type of caliber, or Chrome Air. That Chrome Air, or yeah, I believe that's what it is. Okay, so let's just get the elbow, or the knee, on the foot, chest and helm, on these pauldrons. We'll get it, and then just like the whole arm on this pauldron as well. In this top section of the Terminator armor. And in terms of like, if you're trying to be selective as to how it is, you really just want to think about where the light is going to show down. So when the sun comes down, you got to think, where's the rays going to be hitting? And it's like, that's kind of like how you want to work it. All right. And the point is to basically become a very shiny model. So you can kind of see how it is starting to really reflect. Alright. And I want to just kind of get this top section down very well, just make it extra shiny. Get the back a little bit. All right. Time to clean the pot. Just gotta clean out the tank. Or clean out the line. So now we basically have everything that we want in terms of being shiny. So but now we're like, okay, well, we're ready to kind of add the blue, but we're like, I don't want to accidentally get blue on his axe, on his gun, or like on this top section. So what we're going to do is we're going to mask it. And my go-to way of masking is with silly putty. So what I'm going to do is basically kind of just take a thin film. I mean, you don't want it to be too thin, that it'll accidentally kind of cover, or it'll break. But then I like to just kind of make sure I cover it, fold, and then you kind of want to just work it and remove the excess. You can always add more. That's the nice thing about this. And then kind of pinch it close. And if you want to go really crazy, you can just take a toothpick and just kind of remove some areas so you don't have any crazy overlapping. But now you see how his axe head is completely covered. But we can still go on his hands at all angles. Let me just kind of pull this up just a little bit so we can make sure we can get that. Now, just need a little bit of this to cover this little medallion on the top. All right. Oops. Didn't work as well as I wanted to. let me turn this off while I do this, so you don't have to hear the fan running. Okay. Just gotta use the toothpick. Just kind of push up, make sure we reveal what we want to be blue. And in my experience, it's easier to kind of like retouch up some shiny parts of this than it is to kind of like redo the blue, you know, because you'll never get it perfectly the same shade. All right. Next will be the gun on his wrist. And this one. Okay. All right, excellent. So now he is properly masked, so I don't care about this. We'll just kind of go over that with leather, but everything now is ready to become blue. So what we're going to be doing is we learned from our last video that Leviathan blue is just too strong, so we got to actually tone it down quite a bit in order for us to keep this shininess. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually, let's put in the contrast medium in first. That way we don't accidentally, the first puff is a little bit too strong. I'd rather have something be a little bit on the weaker end. So we're just going to try to do a 50-50. All right. Just gonna take the toothpick and just kind of mix it up initially, and then you can also mix it in the pot. And to be on the safe side, I basically have my test dummy. We're going to just kind of give this a test. Is this so strong? Yeah, see how it's still just a tad bit on the strong side? So it's actually going to be a 2-for-1 contrast to Leviathan blue. All right. Let's see. So I'm just going to do small bursts. I'm just going to go very slow. The biggest thing that I want to make sure is that I'm not going crazy on the blue. And I'll tell you what, there's a good thing I don't have a heart rate monitor on me, because I can already feel my my heart pounding. So last time I tried doing this, it just turned out to be absolutely horrible. Had to strip the paint off. It was that bad. Alright. But thankfully, this is turning out to be the type of blue that I was hoping for. Just light and just dark enough, but it's still light enough that it will keep that shine underneath. The nice thing is that I can also kind of control a little bit of the shadows a little bit more with this contrast by just adding just a little bit more on the bottoms if I absolutely feel like I need to. So this guy looks like he's doing a lot better than last time. That's definitely for sure. I think that is a pretty good blue. All right. Nice and metallic. That is so much better than how the yesterdays went, or the other days went. So we're just gonna kind of just add a little bit extra darkness here and there. But other than that, this looks like it is pretty much settled. And I hope you're liking it too. So okay, let's set that right there. And I will clean out this pot. So okay. Okay, let's turn this on. Move the little bit of gunk. There we go. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. And now let's unwrap it like a present, shall we? Whoops. All right, unwrap it like a present. Not bad, huh? Okay. Let's see. What I think we're going to do is we're just going to take a short stream for today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing all the highlights, all the other bases. But yeah, I'm excited. It's just I don't like hand painting in the booth. So yep, we are just going to pick this up tomorrow. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.